It's been another difficult week for Queensland, with another community heartbroken. Last night, thousands of people came together to support the Samoan and Tongan families who lost 11 relatives in a house fire at Slacks Creek. One person who's been offering comfort and knows the community well is the state member for Woodridge of 10 years, Desley Scott. I spoke with her earlier. Desley Scott, a moving tribute last night. To what extent does it help begin the healing process?
I think it was a really important time for them, and for the families to just see the huge support of so many people who'd come from a long way away to attend last night, and wonderful heartfelt singing. They've got voices that just are beautifully harmonious, and the messages, and they were in Tongan, Samoan and English, and ministers from different faiths bringing messages of hope for them, and prayers and so on. And I think to everyone there, they were very, very moved by the whole event.
You have probably one of the most multicultural electorates in Queensland, and I guess that could bring tension from time to time, but this tragedy seems to have really united the community.
It has. I think historically there's been all sorts of things between the Tongan and Samoan communities way down through the ages, and every now and then there might be some young people that spark up a little bit, but this event, and of course some of them have intermarried, so having such a tragedy right in the midst of our community, everyone there last night, it was just everyone of one accord to support those families.
Of all the different backgrounds and nationalities living here, the Pacific Islanders are the biggest group. What brings them to this pocket of the world?
I think they've come across to give their children better opportunities for education and jobs, and sometimes there've been stories of, I guess, jobs hard to get in New Zealand, and I think maybe pay is higher over here, so there's an attraction over here. And once some family members come and spread the word that they're enjoying life here, others come. So it's been a big migration in the last 10 years.
They're still one of the less financially well-off groups of people though, aren't they?
Yes, they're mostly lower skilled, and they come just under an agreement between our governments, so there's no visa required. And they come knowing that they need to find a job, find a home to live in. They might stay with relatives for the first few weeks, and then they settle here, enrol their kids in our schools, and enjoy life here.
Does that contribute to their living arrangements a bit? I mean, we've heard a lot about how there were 14 people in this house at the time, but is that a fairly typical arrangement?
It does happen, and more so in recent times when there's been a downturn in employment. So with the inability for them to become citizens under the Trans-Tasman arrangement, it means that they have no access to Centrelink payments. So if the breadwinner loses his job, or maybe has an illness or accident or something like that, there's no unemployment, disability payments of that nature. So they welcome another family into a home, and that's how they are. They're very supportive of one another.
You've been to the schools affected by this tragedy this morning. How are the staff and students coping?
They're doing it tough, yes, but they're holding up. It was pretty heartbreaking. Those students had just sad faces and vacant looks, really. A boy playing a guitar, and they were singing. And then over at the primary school in Year 4, the children were doing cards to their missing little classmate, and You know, some of the children aren't coping as well as others, and there's a little centre there where they're going and they're playing games and just being well cared for by people that are sensitive and understanding for them.
Desley Scott, thanks for speaking with me.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Jessica.